Hi everyone. Before me is the latest Behringer monitoring system, that is the P24. So I just got it delivered and I feel to share this. So for people who have my kind of mixer and will need help getting started with this, it's very simple and not much different from what you already know. So this is how the packing comes, and everything looks so cool. That's the manual. Yep. And aha, that's the main thing, I guess. Yeah, there's a power pack, and this is USB. Yeah. And I say, what have we got here? Okay, some screws. Probably if you want to suspend it or hang it. Ooh. Sorry. Okay. Let's unwrap it and see how it looks. Okay, I've taken it out, and this is the rear view of it. So here we have the input, the auxiliary in, the output for headphones. Yeah, so line in and foot switch. Probably this is going to be for the talkback mic switch, and this is output for your headphones. And yeah, line in, auxiliary, yep, and talkback mic. Okay, so, and yeah, that's the power. Yeah, 12 volt, and this is the client and host. So this is where you connect the cables that goes to the Behringer P24 Hub. So this doesn't send any data to your computer or whatsoever. I think it's just for charging. I'm not sure, but yeah, we can look in the manual and see what does properly. This is the front view. This is the where you do your mixing, and we've got about 12 channels here. You can actually manage 24 channels in this. So I'm not going to go into details today. What I'm just going to be talking about would basically be how you connect this using Ultranet. That's the simplest connection you can do to get this started. You don't need any expertise and all that. You can do it yourself if you just follow this video. So there are mics here. Those two little dots you see, they are mics, inbuilt mics, and you can use them to either monitor the external sound to give you a feel of the ambience, or you push this button here when you want to do a talkback or talk to your band team and the rest. So this is a button knob where you adjust. So you look at this critically, you wonder what it does. The arrow with the curve just means that you can tilt left and right. And then the single dot, it means a single push means to proceed. And if you want to go into the settings, you do a long press. That's what it means. When I power off the system, I will show you a little bit of how this works. But again, we're not going into details. So as you can see, this is where you set your channels. That's the talkback. And overall, this is the output volume of what you hear. And if you want the ambient sound, this is the button knob to push. So how much of them you push is how much of the volume you want in your ear. And this is a Velcro and like a strap where you can suspend your P16 on either a mic stand or a stand you have provided. So these have a size. It doesn't go in larger ones, so you don't damage the hanger for your system. And aside from that, you may wonder what's down there in the bottom. Yes, so you can still suspend this on a stand that gives you access, or like with a plate on it where you want to screw it in. So yeah, this still gives you access. And yeah, this is cool. It's got a vent as well. So now I know you are wondering, why have I not seen any Ethernet port? Yes, no Ethernet port. From the manufacturer, they've advised the use of DMX cable. So yeah, DMX cable can transport or bring in your 24 channels and every other thing you send, the talk back and the rest. Yeah. So moving ahead, let's have a look at a simple setup with the Behringer Hub. Mind you, you can use this as a personal monitor just by plugging in the power and using it as a headphone. Yeah, you can use it as your personal monitor without the hub or any other gadgets that comes externally. So you can still use it personally. So that's how flexible and useful this is. And kudos to Behringer. It's a way forward and a big step upward. All right, so this is the P24 Hub. So these are the outputs. This is where you connect your P24 cables. So like I mentioned, they use DMX cable. This is the female input. So you just push it in. So that's what powers your P24, just like the P16 where you can power it with the Ethernet. So this as well can be powered with the DMX cable. So this end of the female side is connected to your P24 Hub, while the other side, the male, is connected to your P24. So at the back here, this goes in here. So mind you, this is not the host, but it's a client. That's why it's connected to the client's side of it. So if you were to loop this to another P24 device, so you will use this host side of it and then loop to the next device. So now if you are wondering why there is 1.1 and 2.2, it means that this P24 Hub can power up to 8 of these devices. So by the time we turn this on, it's going to show one green light. If we put a second one, these 2 green lights turns on. So I'm powering up the system now. So this has been powered, and you will note what I earlier said, they are all in red and only the connected one is in green. So if a second device or P24 is connected here, those 2 are going to turn green, meaning the system is connected. Now this is a true. You may want to be careful with this. For powering, pressing this, a long press is going to reset the cycle. That is to say, it will start scanning for all devices that are connected. And if you were in a live performance, this can disrupt your monitoring. So you may want to be careful with that. So this is where you select your mix or your source. So pushing this button, you can see the red light is moving. So move to source and move back to P24 mix. So I prefer to leave it on the source. So moving to this input side of it. So if I select the first one, which is stage connect, because I'm using Behringer XAir 18 or X18 Air. So this is stage connect. It shows red. There is no signal. If I move down to AES 50, there is still no signal. If I move down to AES 50A, the first one is the first AES 50 is 25 to 48, while the second one is 33 to 48. So yeah, you will notice that there's still no signal. So because I'm using an alternate input, I will push it down to alternate. So you get a green, meaning yes, there is signal. So where is this connected? Now let's look at the rear of this P24 Hub. Okay, yeah, this is the back side of it. So if you have a look critically, you will notice all the AES 50A and B. There is the power, there is the USB, there is a source and output. So, and there is input, the alternate. That's where we are looking at. And this transports 16 channels. So, and the XAir 18 is 18 channels, right? Yeah, it's 18 channels. So this is the stage connect for people who uses the Behringer wing. And there are lots of other extra ports. To support me, please click the bell button, like, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you and God bless. Our focus is majorly on the alternate here. So the alternate port, we can access up to 16 channels from here, from the alternate port. So, and that's what we are working on today. So I will show you where this is connected on your XAir 18. So this doesn't matter if you use the 12 as well, so long you have the alternate, it works the same thing actually. So don't get worried if you use the 12 or the 16. So they all work same. So let's dive into the Behringer Edit app and see how to get this sorted. But before then, this is where you connect it on your XAir. That's the port there, personal monitoring. So that's where you connect it. This is X18. So just plug in your Ethernet port. Don't expect it to show any light. So head to your computer or your tablet, whatsoever device you're using, launch the Behringer Edit, and then look towards your right upper corner. You'll see the tab with the arrow facing up and down written in out. So head there and click on the tab, and you should get a dialog box come up. On that dialog box, you should see other tabs there, like the input, USB return, USB send, and we're focusing on the ultranet. So click on the ultranet and you should have this. You should see this. So you see the ultranet 1 to 16 all mapped to channel 1 to 16, and that's perfect. If yours is different, probably you've done something before. Yep, that's what you need to do. Map each to their channel, and then if you head towards your device or look at the P24, you will notice that there are some flashes coming up from channel 6, 7, and 8, and that's because they are my microphones, so they are picking up the signal. Now when I add the piano, you should see signals coming from 3 and 4 because I volumed up the piano. So I use the electric drums, and once I turn it on, you will also see signals coming up from there. Now at this point, all your faders are down. You won't hear anything until you push a volume up. So push the volume up, and then you should also hear from your headphones actually. So connect your headphones, you should hear a signal coming in from your headphones. So that's how to get this done. You can also adjust your volume levels from the main. And the last button to your right, the black one, it's your auxiliary mic. So if you want to get an ambience feel, so you can push the volume up. Now my drums are up. My drums are channel 3 and 4. My drums are channel 1 and 2, keyboard channel 3 and 4. So that's why you should see some green flashes coming in 3 and 4. So once the volume is up, you'll be able to hear something coming in. Now the drums, I'm turning on the drums, and you should see some signal coming in the drums once they are powered on shortly. So you do your mix, set the levels as you would want in your ear. As an instrumentalist, this is your personal monitoring system, right? So, and that's all you need to know. It's as simple as they'll say ABC. So don't forget, hit the like, the subscribe, and share. Thank you very much, and God bless.